Hey guys, welcome to part D, where we're continuing to learn and practice this new concept of interest. Your secret word is Sheila.
Alicia.
That one you probably could have figured out on your own. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Alright, so if you understood part C, then you guys are pretty much ready to see what a state test interest problem looks like. So this one says, Charisse invested $140. She earned a simple interest of 3% a year on the initial investment. So this is the amount that Charisse is putting in the bank, that she's investing is the word that kind of means you're putting your money into the bank. And then she earns a simple interest of 3% per year. If no money was added or removed from the investment, what was the amount of interest Charisse receives at the end of 2 years? So that last part, the 2 years part, is pretty important. Alright, so notice this one doesn't say what's the total value of the investment, so we don't have to add 140 or anything. We just have to figure out if she's getting 3% per year for 2 years, how much money that's going to be. So you should probably pause me if you think you can get this on your own, but I do want to show this first one in case anyone's still confused. So Charisse puts $140 in the bank, and she's going to earn 3% of that for 2 years. So let's figure out how much that would be. So 100% would be $140. Since I need to get to 3%, I'm going to scale down to 10% and 1% by dividing by 10. And doing the same on top. 140 divided by 10 is just 14. And then 14 divided by 10 is going to be 1.4, which is the same as $1.40. And then from there, let's scale it up to 3%, because that's how much she gets for interest for each year. So $1.40 times 3. Let's see, 3 times 1 plus the 1 is going to be $4.20. Alright, so notice what they do. Some of you might think you're done because your answer showed up over here. But they always do that to try and trick you with one possible incorrect answer, because that's only 1 year. And Charisse keeps her money in the bank for 2 years. And she gets this much money every year. So to get the final answer, we actually have to do $4.20 times 2, or $4.20 added to itself. Same thing. And you should end up getting $8.40. Alright, this one you should definitely try on your own. Your final answer should end up being $15. That's the amount of interest Jeremy receives at the end of 5 years. Alright, so this problem involves a comparison between Karen and Elijah, who are both investing their money, but they're getting different interest rates. Like one's getting 3% each year and the other's getting 2% each year. And we want to figure out, let's see what it says. Karen and Elijah each opened a savings account with a deposit of $500. So they both put $500 in the bank. Karen's going to earn 3% of that every year, and Elijah's going to earn 2% of that every year. And then neither of them made any additional deposits or withdrawals, so meaning they just kept $500 in all the time. Then it says, how much more did Karen receive in interest than Elijah after 4 years? I think that how much more is going to be helpful here. If you think you have enough to solve this on your own, do it without me, but I'll definitely show you how to go through this one step by step. So let's check them both out. Let's start off with Karen. So Karen starts off with $500 in the bank, and that's 100% of her investment. and then I want to figure out 3% somehow. So I'm going to scale this down. You can divide by 10 twice. I'm just going to divide by 100 at first. That would give me $5 is the same as 1%. And now let's scale this up to 3%, which is $15. Okay, and then it also says that she keeps her money in the bank for 4 years. So she's going to get $15 per year just on interest for 4 years. And 15 times 4 is $60. So that's how much Karen is making. So let's go over to Elijah. Elijah starts off with the same amount of money, $500, which would mean you'd have the same unit rate. $5 is 1%, but then he's only making 2% per year on interest. So we're going to scale up by 2, which would be $10. All right, but just like Karen, he's going to take those $10 and keep it in the bank for 4 years. So that means he's going to earn a total of $40. All right, so now we got Karen, we got Elijah. Let's answer the final question. How much more did Karen receive in interest than Elijah after 4 years? Well, 60 is 20 more than 40. And you could just do 60 minus 40, and you figure out that Karen ends up making $20 more than Elijah after 4 years. So hopefully that made sense to you, because that's pretty much the state test level. I want to see if you can figure this one out on your own. I know it has a weird percent in here, but I feel like you could probably get this without a calculator. This was not a calculator question on the state test. Show as much work as you can, and if you end up getting it correct, your final answer should end up being B, which is $150 more.